This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey y'all, this is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, where you can be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Welcome to the studio today. Eric, Josh, and
What's
Eva.
up?
How y'all doing?
What up, though?
We in this thing.
We sure
How's
are.
y'all week? How's y'all week?
In that net.
She's still in that net.
Listen, to this day. To this day. Oh, goodness.
But no, week was good. I missed last week's pod. I was out of town. Had a lot of fun out of town. And shoot, happy
How's the
to be back.
family?
Family's all good. Look,
Shout out to the Edwards.
Got to see some sun. I'm here. What?
Hey.
I'm here in
You
Washington.
look a little tanny now that I'm thinking about
Okay,
it.
don't he look? He got a little color on him now.
You look a
Huh?
little ethnic
I might
color.
have burnt slightly, but you know
Really?
what?
You be burning?
No,
This
okay.
ended
I didn't think I
sideways.
burnt, and then right before recording, like I looked at my forehead and I saw a little bit of peeling, and I'm like, this ain't good. Let me put some lotion on. Can't let no one see my weakness.
Oh Lord, you said about weakness, bye.
You got to chill, have a good
Oh my
time at the beach. Did you go to the
gosh.
beach? The real beach?
Pretty much like every day.
I know
Every
you
day went
do.
to the beach. Put my feet in the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you all right, one of us.
Stop. No, listen. I don't know if I told y'all the story before, like with the ocean.
We done heard
and
the
then-
story 8 times, bro.
Okay, never mind. I want to tell
They
it
might
again.
not
No.
have heard it. Have y'all heard this story?
I don't think so. Go ahead.
My
Eric.
first time in the
Okay.
ocean was when I was in Hawaii, right? And so I was in the ocean. I'm just chilling, I'm thinking it's all cool. But then I paused and I'm like, wait, why am I moving?
Yeah,
And I realized the ocean was moving me and not myself, moving myself. And so I was like, yeah, it's time to get up out of here. Because
It
this
was
don't make
pulling
sense.
you.
Don't catch the wrong current.
So
Yeah.
I definitely just put my feet in the water in the ocean. Okay.
That's
Yep.
them water people from Black Panther.
Oh,
They were
Lord.
calling you. They were calling you to the water.
No.
Fly.
They don't want me. Absolutely not. Josh, what about you? What you been up to?
I've been out doing my thing. I was out at Coachella last weekend.
Oh, how was that?
Ooh.
Fancy.
It was, it was a good time. Like I was out, I wasn't going to. I'm broke. I couldn't afford the festival. I was out there driving Uber to make money.
Hey,
But it
come
was
on,
a great
Shmoney.
time. Couple
Come
nights
on,
sleeping in my
Shmoney.
car.
I ain't mad at
Lit.
it.
That's what I'm
I ain't
talking
mad
about.
at it. So you got to hear about all the drama with I almost called that man Kirk Franklin,
Mr.
Lord.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yes.
Speaking of the ocean,
Yes, child.
shoot.
Right.
So if y'all know about the drama with Frank Ocean, he went on. He was supposed to be the headliner for Coachella. He apparently requested to have an ice skate rink for his performance
In Palm
Um,
Springs, in the desert.
in the desert where it's hot. And like an hour and a half before the show, he like, nah, I don't want that no more. Like, he go, what? I was
Right.
thinking, we gonna use this skate rink.
Right.
You gonna use
Because
it right now.
we sit here and built it up. You
Right
gonna get on it.
now.
Somebody
So,
gonna
yeah.
get on it.
Apparently he said he didn't want to do it. So finally, by the time they broke all that down and he got to perform, apparently he was on performing for like 20-some minutes. He really wasn't even performing. He was singing along to his track like he was in his room folding clothes. What is you doing? And
Mind you, an hour and a half late.
yes.
Ooh, on top
And
of that.
then there's ordinances where they have to be done with the festival by a certain time. So they, in the middle of his show, they're like, that's it.
Ooh.
And they got found like 117, I think. K?
Yeah, 117,000. Because on
Yeah.
Sunday the curfew was midnight. But like
Yep.
I said, he was an hour and a half late. He was supposed to go on at
Yep.
10.
Yep.
But he was an hour and a half late.
So he only performed that. Oh,
Get that.
baby. When I
Mhm.
tell you Frank Ocean will have to
Yep.
see me.
Listen.
But okay, I will
Yep.
give him this. They say he broke his leg or something, hurt his sprained his leg or something, so that's why he didn't want the ring no more. I saw that.
It's his leg. What does that have to do with
So-
his voice?
Don't got
What-
nothing to do
what-
with your leg.
nothing
Even if
to do
he did
with
broke
it.
his leg, though, even if he did you break it 90 minutes for the show?
Mhm.
You can pick up the phone?
Mm.
Now let me see
and
Frank
then he-
Ocean, but that was a
and then-
mess.
Yeah, and then he decided he pulled out of this weekend, of weekend 2.
Yes,
And-
he hurt.
Oh,
You
did
get
he pull?
replaced-
I thought they pulled him because I would have pulled his ass. I would have said, go home. Rethink
Nah,
it.
he dropped out because of the leg injury. Even though it ain't like you can't, plenty of people that can stand there flat-footed and sing.
Right, because is the mic on? That's what we care about.
Listen, all he need to do is sit in the chair.
They can sit in the chair, get arranged some backup dancers, some interpretive dancing.
You don't dance anyways. So
I was about to say, what's Frank Ocean even gonna do with this?
Not dance. Anyways, you could have sat in the chair and let everybody dance around him. We can't
exactly. Ain't got paid because pretty sure people paid to go see Frank Ocean.
Yep.
But they ain't heard nothing about him in a minute.
See Frank Ocean. Is that all? Can you hurry up? I'm trying to get to Frank Ocean.
Right. And you know what's crazy is that they replaced him with Blink 182.
Blink 182, yeah. I'm dropping all my money.
Who is that?
Okay.
What is that?
A band, Travis Barker is in it. That's all I know who is in it.
Travis Barker. He played basketball, didn't he?
No,
that's Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm leaving this call. Right. Thank you, audience, for listening.
Eric, Mr. Rollison, are you okay?
But it's just funny to me that they didn't replace him with somebody in the same genre.
Right.
Now, I did hear that there's a...
Well, like the same caliber of, like, entertainer. Because, like,
Exactly that.
Like, to think of replacing Frank Ocean with Blink 182, I think they were just kind of scrambling at someone who's like...
They just found whoever picked up the phone first. They should have called AWAGBT because we would have gave them a show.
I was streets. Well, I was just getting ready to say they should have called us.
You already know.
They recently put a little TBA. I think I don't know if I'm lying or not, but they recently put a TBA after Blink 182. So you know what?
So that mean they lined up something.
They're trying to put something together.
You know who I would have replaced them with? Giveon. I love Giveon, and that's in the same.
We all said,
but question, because I'm not that familiar with Giveon. Does Giveon have at least an hour and a half worth of material to use?
Yes.
He got 2 albums, don't he?
Yes.
Hey, look, I know a little
2 great albums.
Okay, then
but he got to make sure his mic is on.
He did have one bad performance back in the Gap, but all the other performances I've seen him in, he's been amazing. So,
or what about that other dude? Everybody talk about Lucky Day or something.
Lucky Day.
Lucky Day is nice.
You know, I've recently gotten into him. Like he's good. Like I said, I need to see does he have an hour and a half worth of material.
Ooh, what's the other one? He kind of disappeared. His name is kind of like DJ Khaled.
Oh, I haven't heard from him in a minute.
You know, that's a good shot, Eric.
Yeah, but
I'm here. I'm doing good.
Look at you knowing something.
Yeah, no, that's a really good shout. That's a good. That would be a solid.
Redeeming yourself after that Travis Barker thing.
I know. But speaking of crazy shots I'm taking, I took a shot for myself, not alcohol.
Okay, alcohol.
No.
Okay,
I took a shot for myself.
Shout out to 420. I know what you took a shot of.
No.
You done took a shot of that liquid.
No. I can't do that. I'm leaving. No. Y'all, why did I join a baseball team?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't play nobody's baseball.
Okay.
One of my friends, I was telling Eli beforehand, one of my very first friends that I met, well, the very first new friend I met at college, he asked me to play. And I was like, you know what? Why not? But listen.
Are you going to stick with it?
I am going to do it. But here's the thing. Nobody told me how much that ball hurts. Because I don't remember.
You chucking it.
And they probably playing.
They playing. It's recreational, but some of them, they actually kind of good. They do be playing. And so I don't know how I'm going to do in this. But when I was catching it, we was just doing like regular catch. And I was like, okay, I'm doing good. But then he started throwing a little harder. I was like, hold on, that hurt my head. And then
we're gonna put you in the outfield.
No, I said the only thing I know about baseball is angels in the outfield. That's the only thing I know.
Jesus Lord.
And I'm looking for my angel.
Aaron gonna be talking to the angels. Help me.
But here's another thing too. So when I get up to bat, it hurts to hit the ball too. Why? I didn't know that.
If you ain't
made contact though, congrats on making contact.
I did. That's what they told me. They was like,
oh, that's good.
For you to be a beginner. I hit the ball a lot of the times. They were like, that's good for you to be a beginner. Yeah.
Are you the only black person on the team? Oh, okay.
No comment.
Have you figured out what position you're gonna be at?
They was talking about infielder, outfielder.
Position.
I need to be wherever it's not in the dirt. I said so. I don't need to be in that red dirt. So that's probably infield in something.
No, you're gonna be in the outfield because infield you'd be like kind of like set up between the bases, like between either first or second or between.
Oh, I don't need to do that because I'm not gonna catch it.
Yeah,
I need to be in the back.
The black field.
But you got the arm to throw because if the ball come all the way out there, you got the arm to throw.
I don't. That's the thing. I suck at throwing. My arm is out of whack now.
You might just need to be on the roster. Honestly,
just vibe.
I'm just there to pay the money for registration and just to be there and look good doing it.
Come on, I know that's right. Come on, get you a nice outfit.
Dude, but that stuff is expensive too. The shirt $44, shoes $65, gloves $25. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this.
Be adding up, especially if you're playing on a team that can play.
Baseball ain't cheap.
Yep.
I see.
But I secretly hope one day that Eric, you get caught in a pickle. I remember when I was young, I got stuck in a pickle where like the ball kept going back and forth. I was running in between the bases trying to get safe somewhere.
Oh Lord!
I just want to see you getting stuck in a pickle.
Now
they're gonna have to send us some video.
Yeah. No, my best friend said I was telling him about it. He was like, "Yeah, me and Megan, that's his wife. We're gonna have to come watch you in one of these games. Please don't come watch me at these games."
And tell him to record.
Because he will. They will definitely record.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this is gonna be interesting.
Well, y'all. Anywho. We about 39 minutes into the pod. We just rambling. Let's talk about this good old Survivor 44 episode. Eric, go on and let us know what happened.
I got spoiled, unfortunately. So, listeners, it was a storm out here in Oklahoma, and so I didn't get to watch live. And the episode I didn't get to watch live. It was so many good and funny and great things.
You could have watched it live.
I'm so mad. No, I couldn't have.
Yes,
I couldn't have. I'm standing by that. I'm not going
Welcome
back.
to the West Coast, Eric. That's all I gotta say.
I couldn't watch it live because of the storm and all that stuff. But anyways, I got spoiled. So it was a good spoiler. I found out, what happened. But we won't spoil y'all here just in case. So starting us off, Survivor 44.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna spoil it here in the beginning.
Oh, I was like, we definitely about to spoil it.
But then again, for the viewers, I guess the title of the pod and
y'all got hints out there. Y'all got little hints if you want to piece it together.
There you go. So we get back from the last tribal where Matt has been almost said evicted. Wrong show, voted off. And Franny is just distraught, y'all. She is boohoo crying. She walking up and down the beach. Her hair is a mess. Her mascara is running. And I don't know what to do. He was my happy place. He was my home. And seeing him so alone and cold and afraid over there, I now know what he's feeling because that's how I am now. I'm like, girl, get yourself together. You are still in this game. That is what is important.
I felt her pain.
I got
She lost her man.
It's her
where's
fault.
She gonna go?
Low-key.
All she had to do was lose.
You think it's
even though she already had the win?
Yeah, because she should have just let what's her name, Brandon, win. She didn't have to keep going to win in peanut butter jelly.
That's true.
She was good,
but I gotta put me first.
She would have already been safe though. That's the thing.
Nah, my ego. I gotta put me first.
Yeah. And her ego got her man sent home. She did win. She did.
But the thing is, like, when the overall challenge though, like I'm like, and plus you don't even think about. She probably wasn't even thinking in that moment, like,
she was
trying to win.
Yeah, because I know I wouldn't be thinking about it if I had a lover on the other team, if they're gonna possibly be
I would out. If I recognize that the other team is all on there over there.
Hey, I'd much rather lose Matt, unfortunately, than Carolyn. So you know what?
Carolyn wasn't going nowhere. She got an idol, so she would have been safe.
If she would have used it.
She would have used it because she don't trust them people. Okay, so yeah, so she's distraught. Then here come Miss Lil Heidi, Miss Pick Me, trying to save face. With Yam Yam, I just had to use my advantage the best way I knew how, and I want us to work together, and it's just us, and I want to work with Carolyn, and all these things, and I just didn't want. I wanted to make the easiest without having any backlash, and all. Girl, save it, because you should have had them vote out Matt. You took Lauren's vote to vote me out because you thought they was gonna come for me. No, I don't want to hear nothing that's coming out of your mouth, Miss Pick Me. So save it for somebody that want to hear. Because I don't.
Pick me.
That's what I would have been. Yam Yam, talk to the hand, because the face ain't listening. That's what we used to say back in the day. So she trying to, put the pieces together from making that little stupid move that it was pointless. And then we got the war between Ratu and Soka is brewing. A storm, you could feel it. The tension, you could cut it with a butter knife.
Over the ocean. and it's moving
this away. Yes.
Okay.
That's the old spiritual. And so,
listen, literally,
there was literally a storm out over here.
Listen.
And it moved on over the trees.
Listen, we struggling over here in the South.
Oh my goodness.
It's nice over here in California, though.
Man, it's pouring over here.
Must be nice. I was in the middle of a hailstorm yesterday on my way to get some food. I thought about turning back around, but the food was already ordered.
Like, well, I already paid my money. Let's go.
Yeah, and thankfully it stopped on my way, but still. Anyway, so that's going on, and then here go Tika. They talking about the Three Stooges. They like, well, we're in the middle. Everybody wants our vote, so we're in a good position, and we're just gonna let them attack each other and just keep going back and forth between them two till they gone, and it's just us standing. I'm like, okay, cool, sounds great. But then, not that this has any effect on this, but the next day, Carson is throwing up his guts in the bushes. He every time he tried to get up,
he just tossing his cookies.
They say, let's give y'all a bit of drama. Let's throw something in here.
And
come out of there.
I felt so bad for him.
No boy was struggling. Okay, and it translated because they got some tree mail. Jeff sent them some little tree mail and told them for the next immunity challenge, you got to divide up into pairs. I don't know how I feel about them choosing their pairs, but I wish it should have Drew rocks or whatever. I somewhat like them choosing. It makes them feel like they have a bit of agency. And it's like, they could look back and say, I didn't get screwed by getting paired with old Carson who's sick. It's like,
okay, I see that.
You chose this.
And then plus, so much of the aspect of the game is random when it comes to rock draws. It's like
that's
every
true.
once in a while you do gotta let them have a say.
Have a little choice.
And plus, they didn't know what they was doing. They didn't know if they was gonna be working together, be working against each other.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So it's like it kind of involved okay, who you gonna do it? So I
You got me. I agree with that. I'll flip my stance on that. Okay, I'll go with that. And so no, because I was like, why? Because I don't know. For me, when it comes to maybe it's not Survivor that I have such a problem with. I think it's Big Brother that pisses me off when they do that, because it's like every time the contestants have to choose stuff don't ever go my way or the way I feel like it should go. And so that's why I'm like, that's why y'all should have made it already designated. But now that y'all mention it, Survivor, they do. It is good that they gave them a little bit of agency and some autonomy in this decision.
And plus, I think you got a result that you ended up liking.
I did.
True.
I did. And so they get split up, and Carolyn's like, I'll do it with Carson. I'll take one for the team, pretty much. But she did it with Will and Oprah. That's what you got to do. Have a cheerful heart when you are helping others. And Carolyn stepped up to the plate without, no fuss, no fighting. No, she didn't boo-hoo. She didn't pout. She did it with a good heart, and she will be blessed for it. I know she will.
With the dub to win the season.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, but I want to see her make it to the finale.
If Lauren go home, she can win.
Yes.
If not, she can get second place.
If not Lauren, then her for sure.
Yes. Let me reiterate that. Lauren.
But so she goes with Carson. Everybody starts pairing up and then whatnot. And then Lauren's like, well, don't nobody want to work with me because I'm the weak link. And so she gets stuck with Danny. And Danny's like, well, I was trying to get Lauren out last week. Now I'm stuck with her. But I can just get her out again this week or try to get her out this week.
You thought.
Oh, are you? Okay. So they get in there and it's the challenge from last season where they got to crawl through they have to crawl through the little tunnel with the net, get out the net, and then get the planks. And the 4 teams out of the 5 move on. Last one out gets eliminated. And they going through this net, and Carolyn, bless her heart, this net turned her every which way but loose.
Oh, girl.
Carolyn she might as well be a washing machine because that's what she was getting. She was getting washed.
Yeah.
And
fast
screaming.
cycle.
I think she knew she was gonna be horrible. Like that, the choice to be with Carson wasn't out of the kindness of her heart. She just wasn't trying to set no one else up because she done laid in the net. And just yelling, screaming.
And poor little Carson, who ain't got no voice, for trying to whisper to her how to get through the net.
Here he is over here talking about, if you go the other way, you might be able to. And then Jeff's so messy, and Carson can't even yell to help his partner out. He's so sick. I'm like, oh my God.
Help me!
And she
She was like, struggling,
baby, yelling her way through the net like she's gonna swim through it somehow. Like,
and so as she's sitting there tied up, twisted up, knotted up, and screaming, everybody's getting through the net. Danny gets through, Kane gets through, Jamie gets through, then Lauren gets through, then Brandon gets through, then Heidi finally gets through, and Carolyn is still not through.
She's doing that thing.
And as everybody starts bringing their planks, Carolyn did not give up. She finally makes her way through, and she starts going, here go Carson. I would have stopped because he's seen 3 out of the 4 teams already had their planks. Ain't no one in the world I would have tried to
listen. You say my energy.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have not needed Jeff to be so positive. Like, man, all Jeff would have been talking so much smack on Carolyn. She's still stuck. She's doing this again in another comp. I love you, Carolyn. But
I would have been half-assed trying to act like I was still going, oh, I can't get out.
Because there was no reason. And I just don't, given the optics of like the position of the game, nobody was coming for them. It was easy to assess that, and I think they knew that too. That's why she was like, I'll go with Carson because
and the team didn't depend on it. So yeah,
exactly. And so I definitely, like you said, I would have been halfway trying. I would have tried, but once it got to a certain point, I'd be like, listen, y'all gonna just cut me out of this thing because
help.
So
medic. I would have said, oh, my shoulder. I would have been lying.
Listen, and so they get eliminated. The next 4 teams move on, and it's the part we got to use the planks to get across the bridge. Let's see. So Brandon and Kane gets through first, then Lauren and Danny. So they eliminate Pickney and Jamie, and so they're down there. Oh yeah, Jam and Frank. I forgot about them.
You didn't mention them the whole time. I was waiting. You know what? They didn't win. They were in 3rd place. They were still being Jamie and Heidi. So you know what?
There you go. I forgot all about them. Bless their hearts. And so the finale is where they got to stand on the perch. They got to put their toes on these little bitty perches and hold their arms up against the wall. It's an endurance comp. And the first person or the last person standing wins, obviously, right? So they get up on the perch. It's like 4 levels. And it's like a couple inches, for their little feet to be on there, and their arms is holding up against the wall. Then Jeff is, after so long a time, he's like, all right, move on down to the next level. So they get down to the next level. They still holding on. Move down to the next one. And it's getting smaller and smaller each level they go.
That's the liver.
I knew though. I was like, they get down low, it's gonna be a woman that gotta win this because y'all got some big ass.
And it was only one woman in there against her. It was Lauren versus
the woman.
The woman, okay, versus the big men. Okay, so she was David versus the Goliaths.
Listen.
And she slew them because as the things kept going, Kane falls. Then Brandon falls and is neck and neck with her and Danny. He's been after her. He's still trying to get after her. And she knows she the target if she don't win. And so she holding on, body bent, okay? Arms twisted up like a presser, holding on to the wall. And while she's holding on, Danny does something. I'm just like, what? Why?
He's falling. He's falling. Oh, he's bowing out. He's bowing
out. He said, Jeff. We like, oh, he getting ready to fall, like Eli said. He farts.
See, I would have just failed. That's embarrassing. Why are you gonna fart on national TV? And you know that's
on purpose. He did it on purpose.
A little nasty.
And the fact that it was so intentional that he felt it was coming, and I was like, let me get a moment out of this. Calls for Jeff if they ever think, oh, some shit's about to go down, and literally,
yeah, technically,
I get. I know
dirty.
Lauren was just like
behind in that ocean, little dirty pants.
So, anyways, Lauren is, like I said, she bent over, twisted up, turned upside down, trying to hang on with this little a half a centimeter of a block for her feet to be on for both of their feet. And I'm looking at my feet. I'm like, my feet is a little thin. I got a little thin sliced feet, and I was like, but I don't know if I could have been still up on there or not. But then he finally falls, y'all. And all says Lauren, she jumped down immediately. She's like, I did it.
She turned up.
That was genuine happiness. Some people be like, oh, they be kind of like trying to be smug, like, did I do that? And she's like, I won. I can't believe it, but I did it. And so the joy is just radiating off of her. I just couldn't just smile because I'm like, you did that, girl. You did it. You did it. And I'm just so proud of her because everybody always count her out. People still mad at her because she didn't go back and swim when she jumped off that plank and missed it. They still mad she didn't go back.
Wouldn't have.
I wouldn't either.
Be mad. Listen, be mad.
And so people have just discounted her since that moment. But she has shown that she ain't going nowhere. She's here to play the game. And I'm super happy that she won her immunity. And now everybody pretty much, I won't say everybody, but the ones who were after her, they have to go back to the drawing board because I don't know if y'all caught this, but as everybody ran up to, congratulate Lauren, Yam Yam tried to go give Danny like a hug or a high five, and Danny pushes his shoulder out and walks off.
I didn't see that, did he?
Big stiff.
Little raggedy self.
And so I was like, not you bitter, not you upset. Yes, you lost. And that's what you get. Did I kind of rhyme? Oh, bars. Bars.
He said bars.
And so I was happy to see. I was pissed off because like you just lost, okay? Like fair and square. There's no need to do shade Yam Yam like that. He did nothing to you. But anyways, hopefully it comes back to bite him. And so they go back to tribal. And it seems like they want Ratu is in charge. Everybody's like just doting on them to control where everything is going, right? And so they have decided to target Franny. Now I don't.
I almost turned the TV off.
Eli feels the type of way.
I was so upset. I'm like, man, y'all just got rid of her, man. Who does Franny have now? No one, but y'all still going after her.
But I mean, Brandon did make some points. He was like, she's very intelligent, she's good. And so it's not a bad vote, low key. It wasn't a bad vote. It just was like, dang, you just took a man out. Now you have to get her out too.
Yeah, they really should have sent Franny home. They really should have.
They should have because I feel like it's about to come back with a vengeance. It's like
she playing a winner's game.
She's giving Rachel. They took out my man Brandon, so now I'm supposed to go on a run, and I'm supposed to get y'all back.
Oh, Jesus.
And I just want to hold it real fast, like circle back on how much power Ratu thinks that they have. Because in a confessional, Kane said, if a Ratu member doesn't win this game, we mess this up. Like how are they that high and mighty? Thinking
listen.
And the crazy thing.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say the crazy thing about the Ratus is they still count Carson as their number. That's the big thing I feel like they're missing. That they still
Carson will go wherever he want to go.
They were considering themselves, but they were also just expecting Tika to just be with them. Kind of like Soka was too as well. They just thought they had it on lock because they did have the allegiance of, Yam Yam. He's like, I feel like since we saved him, he should have allegiance to us. And so they did have like reason to believe that they had them on lock. I mean, they did because they did vote with them. They just didn't tell them the backside of the plan. But I was gonna say is Ratu low key, high key was in power, and they low key really could be talking the way they are, except they did not factor in that the idol could be at play, and that's where they messed up. And so, they low key probably should have split the vote between two of the Soka members. 3 go here, 2 go here, just in case the idol was used. And that way that would have just nullified all that because it would have been a tie between the 3 and the 3, and then they would have to redo it, and then they would just have the numbers to take out whoever they decided to. And so, but I just don't think they factored that in because other than that, they had even if it was just them 4, they had the 4 plus Lawrence extra vote. That's a good 5 people. That's 5 votes right there. So they do have the power to back up their claim.
She still ain't used her extra vote yet, right?
No.
How do she? Does it expire?
No. Probably up until like
probably usually 5 or 6.
Oh, 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so, yeah, they didn't really need to use it. That they thought so anyway. They didn't, but yeah, so that's what I was thinking, like why he was talking big and bad, because Loki, they was big and bad. And so that's the plan going around, but Pick Me thought she had a good idea. I mean, she low-key kind of ate, I guess, because that's what she is. I would never. I can't stand Heidi. But she was like, I could just go with the plan, but I gotta start making my own moves and whatever, girl. You
Miss Sandra, that's Sandra. She said she's gonna play like Sandra before the game. That was her favorite person.
No, don't do Sandra like that. Like Sandra is a queen for a reason,
right?
And I just Pick Me is just resides in the kingdom. She's seen the castle. I think that's about where she is right now.
On the outside of the castle, looking in.
She can see it.
I can
almost see it.
Okay. And so she's like, we can do something different. We need to do something different, but I don't know what to do because we can't, And then here go Danny. Well, we can do a move because I have the idol. And so he reveals that. And so they're like,
I can't get one black person. Let me try.
I'm gonna get the other.
Yeah. So I saw someone on Twitter point this out and said, "Why has Danny like low key targeted like every black person he goes?"
Every target he's had.
It didn't even click to me until this episode. I was like,
every target he's had.
Oh, it was Claire, the first one.
It was Claire. Then it was Josh. Then it was Lauren. It was Lauren again, but Lauren got saved. Now it's Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I didn't like his reasoning because it was pretty much like, oh, he's tall and athletic. Was it Danny that said that, or was that that might have been Heidi?
She said he was a physical threat.
Eli, oh my God.
I know you got scared.
I thought you had a ghost in your house. Your dog just came over and then I saw your dog. I was like, oh my God.
I got a ghost. You scared me for a second.
Listen, you was gonna make Eli, somebody behind you, fight back.
Do you know how traumatizing that would be? Like we on camera recording and something happened to you.
Hey, that would be quite a clip though.
Oh my God.
We would not keep this. Traumatized. Like we just lost one of our best friends. Like what?
Now he didn't make it.
Now I'm nervous that my door isn't locked. Oh man. I'm nervous.
Jesus. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But
yeah,
I don't know. Part of me doesn't like the reasoning. I feel like Danny should have switched it because if they start going after the physical threat
is next.
Mr. Danny. Idolist.
Talk about it.
I don't know.
Talk about it.
It's
so you know what?
Worse.
So if if he can't get Lauren out next week, who up next? Yam Yam?
Yeah.
Heidi?
Nah, you know what? It might be Kane.
No, Kane. Wait though.
I'd say it depends on who wins. Which side wins.
You're right. My bad. I fell off the script.
Cracking up. But here's the thing, like that was an amazing point you brought up, Eli, because I was like, you so dumb. You play Survivor so much, you think you know all of this, but you so willing to get out. You blinded by your subconscious bias that you don't realize that you are handing yourself on a platter for next week. Because this vote is not just for the moment. You have to think ahead. So if you are going with let's get out the big physical threat,
and then you ain't got no idol, dummy.
I'm not gonna lie, there's no one close to Danny now. Spoiler on who goes, but there's no one close to Danny physically in the game. Because you have Jamie, Heidi. Sorry, no. Jam. Franny's probably the closest, but then you have Carolyn, who's done nothing in comps. Carson is a puzzle guy, and then Kane and Lauren. I think that's
it.
Yeah, I think he had the right idea with the move, but I think the execution is way too early.
Yes,
I feel like if he wanted to weaken them, he should have went after Kane.
Yeah,
it's like because then you still have Brandon, who's still a visible target, but he's doing something to weaken their numbers since you can't go and get Lauren.
He was a known target at
that part. And then, because listen, what did Queen Cerie say? If you can't beat him with this the muscle, you can always beat him with this the mind. Exactly. So you took out the muscle, but the mind is still there. And the mind. In the previews, I'm gonna go ahead and say what the preview said. Kane said, "This vote I did not feel betrayed. I did not feel blindsided. It woke me up." And so he ready.
Okay. Come on,
I love it.
Kane,
I like it.
Is he coming for the stand card?
Hey, Kane had it cooking.
We don't give you a minute, KK. Okay. Let me hold my slander on KK for this episode. Let me see what he do.
No, because I kind of sit up straight a little bit. I said, okay, he woke up. Okay.
He has been awakened.
I like it.
From his slumber.
So I don't know. I hope it comes back to get him because that was just not a smart move on Danny. He's so short-sighted that I think he, like I said, offered himself up next week to go because you have nothing to defend yourself. And Josh, you said that you feel like he played the move prematurely. 100% agree. Because Franny is not even your ride or die. That'll be different if that was your ride or die.
Nope.
She is not your ride or die. So what are you in this grand scheme? We can't let Ratu keep power X, Y, and Z. But now, you throwing your... Go ahead.
I will say I like the thought of saving Franny. Not just because I'm a Franny fan, but you can't let an alliance steamroll you. It's like they have the numbers, and this is their one chance. They would have a chance next week if the numbers were 5-4, but it's still tricky at that point.
It's true. I get that too. I just don't think I would have used it versus, because I don't think if that hadn't happened, Brandon was not looking, Brandon was kind of in the lead of Ratu. Brandon wants to work with Danny. Brandon would not be coming after Danny. You know what I'm saying? And so he would have still had an idol. Franny would have been gone. So even if he could have been helping Brandon make decisions on who was going home next and just kind of working with Ratu, you know what I'm saying? And when it got down to it, he's a physical threat. So even if it got to a point where they're like, okay, it's time to get Danny out. I got an idol. So Brandon, now you gone because I'm getting you out. And now it's just me versus Kane and Lauren and Jamie. I got this.
Yeah, that's the big thing about people on Survivor and also on these shows is that you have the right thinking, but timing is everything. Like it's top 10. Mm-hmm. That's the type of move you make on him around I think like 2 rounds later. Final 7. That's when you go and make that move. Like I said, the perfect move would have been here to target for Dana's game is to either let Franny go because he only needs her as a number. But if he can go and if he loses Franny and then he somehow is able to pull in all the Carson, all the 3 Stooges, and he can go and pull them onto their side since they say they want to go back and forth. Mm-hmm. So if they took out Franny, they're probably going to be wanting to go and take out a Ratu.
Right. But they would still have the numbers. It'd be 5-4.
Yeah, and I just feel like he's done himself a disservice, and I honestly would not be surprised within the next 2 episodes if he's gone.
And I don't really care, so I don't even know why I'm telling.
I hope it's this next episode coming up Wednesday.
Like he can go. I'm just saying that we hear the comment on if it's a smart game move, and right now it doesn't seem like that was the smartest game move.
No,
he had 2 better options: either let Franny go or do something or
take out Kane. Yeah,
but I don't think using your idol that no one really knew about. And first of all, I don't know about y'all, but of all the people out there, I don't think I would have told Heidi that I had an idol. I don't think of any other people on there. I'd tell anybody else before I tell Heidi.
The very last one.
That's what he get because she went back and ran that up to Carson and Yam Yam. She was like, "This is the plan, da da da," and they were kind of uneasy about flipping it and letting Franny get saved. And so she was like, I got a piece of information I probably shouldn't be telling you. They let me know. Go ahead and tell me, but I know I can't trust you.
Listen, you just told me right there. I would have said, "Oh, girl, no, I ain't gonna say nothing."
I'm like, come on, let's talk about it. What's the tea?
We here. What's up?
Right, we here. And so she's like, Danny has the idol, so he's going to use it to save Franny. And that guy Yam Yam and Carson like, ooh, okay. And Yam Yam was debating on telling Ratu because he's like, he was feeling grateful that they saved him because they really could have taken him out. And he just felt like for the game, he's like, I could tell them that and it'll curry me more favor with them and they'll know that I'm kind of with them. And so he was kind of going back and forth with that. And then Carson, one thing Carson know how to do is run his mouth and then act like he the victim, which I'm not mad at.
Again.
I'm not mad at it because he goes and tell Danny, he's like, well, Yam Yam already knows. He's like, how does he already know? Heidi? He goes, he's like a little squirt. He goes, yeah, Heidi told him. He's like, but I can be kind of like a controller. I can watch Yam Yam. I can be a security officer. I'll go wherever he's going. I'll make sure he doesn't tell.
Hey, that was funny though. Him acting like he's gonna be posted up next to Jam, just like, yeah, you aren't gonna tell no one.
The whole time he could care less.
Uh-huh.
He could care less. And so they don't, and obviously we find out they don't tell him, but it's like, now you can't tell Pick Me nothing because she's just gonna run her mouth and spill it. Now Danny, that he think he running stuff, and so now he's vulnerable. So I know they're packing that, keeping that in their minds. And they go off to tribal, and we don't really know what's gonna happen. Did Yam Yam tell Ratu? Because I was, I caught up today. And so Brandon is in tribal when Jeff's asking questions. And he's like, well, sometimes you think you got a plan, but then you may have to be looking at other options because you never know what other things people may have up their sleeve and what other ideas they may be having. I'm like, hold on. Are they on to the plan? Did he tell them? And I know Danny was looking a little shifty. And so they were all talking, going back and forth. But push comes to shove, they all go vote. I don't know if any other major conversation. Did y'all feel like there were any like good conversations in Tribune?
Nah, pretty straightforward questioning.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of basic this week.
And so how about Miss Pick Me talking about you don't want to vote for me. We can just save me for a couple of times later on down the road. Shut up. That's that Pick Me spirit.
Girl, why are you even still here?
What did Jocelyn say?
Why are you speaking?
What you say, Jocelyn?
I said, did Jeff even ask you a question?
No, she just started speaking.
Just out of nowhere.
What did Jocelyn say? Oh, why is you here? And so they go cast their votes, and Danny gets up. He's like, Jeff, I'm going to play this idol for Franny. Jeff concurs that this is an immunity idol. Any votes for Franny will not count. Ratu starts sweating. They looking at each other like.
Hold on, I have to say this. Ain't no way. I don't care who I'm aligned with. I don't care if it was my own kid. I'm not using my idol on you. I just have to say that. If you got to tell me the only way I'm using this idol is if I know I'm safe, if I got immunity around my neck and this is about to expire today. Only way I'm using it. Why would you use your idol? I wouldn't. I don't care. And I'm
like Josh said, it's early, but
very
also
early.
There's a case. So Josh and Eli made points that make sense because yes, it was early, but Eli mentioned you don't want to get steamrolled by an alliance. True. That's true. I always go back to David versus Goliath. It was final 7, final 8, final 7. And Christian was on the chopping block. The Goliaths were aiming for his neck. Christian was as good as gone. And Davey decided to use his idol to save Christian, which turned the game in their favor.
It did.
And so
it did, but I still wouldn't use my idol.
But it was also, again, like Josh said, two stages in the game later on, that would have been a great plan. And so that's where they probably would be in the 2 weeks from now, or not weeks, but they would have been at the final 8, final whatever, not 7-ish area. And that would have been a great plan to do.
All right.
But too early. And I concurred. I honestly, like I said, if it wasn't my ride or die, I would have let Franny go.
And it's just like, I'm just trying to think about this on a deeper level. Because does Danny think that this is going to be something to put on his resume? Oh, I played an idol and we tripped the game around. Because although I think it was a dumb decision, time will tell if he gets what's the word I'm looking for?
Voted off.
His flowers.
No, if he gets
credit
vindicated.
Oh,
time will tell if he gets vindicated because time will tell if that was.
Tom has to go because Carolyn said she want him gone.
Time. Well, he gonna be gone next week, Wednesday. Matter of fact,
I want him to be. Trust me, I want him
7 o'clock.
To go. But it's just like we still have to see kind of how it turns out because there's been times where we see something that looks so stupid on like Big Brother, but it's like, wait a second, why is this actually working to their advantage? Like Taylor's first HOH, she had a horrible HOH week. But why did Loki she come out that week even better in a position?
She did.
So it's like it's hard to tell on the outside, dumb diddly dumb. But it's like I want to see like how this affects the game, how it affects the social dynamics, because now it's going to be 3-3-3,
right?
So to speak. So now I'm trying to see like, okay, now how does this affect not Soka,
Ratu is orange.
The 3 students.
Tika.
So I'm just trying to see how does this affect them because now it's like they can easily now go and like play the middle. But I feel like now is it going to be hard? Will they be more likely to get caught now? Will it be like the other two rally the troops and go? It's like, wait, these people are trying to play us, and now we can go and pick them off. We can go get Carson, we can go get Curl, and we can go get Yam Yam. It's like I'm interested to see how the dynamics change. But I do also feel like it's in a way it puts a target on Danny's back in more ways than one. Because now people see that he's capable of keeping secrets. Because like ain't nobody knew that he had that idol.
Right.
Yeah, I know Matt kind of has sussed it out after doing networking, but he didn't have no proof.
Right.
Yeah.
But now that people know that you's capable of keeping secrets, it's like, oh, you shifty, oh, you sneaky, oh, your ass got to go.
Which is why. So fast forward to the previews. Obviously, Danny. I mean, the little plan worked. Franny was safe, and Brandon was voted off. Unfortunately, sadly, when he just got his stand card back just a little bit.
He did.
Last
he had it back for a little bit, a little minute.
Only to get sent home. I mean, to the jury. So he is in the jury. He's still a part of the game. He's just not of the game. And so the preview shows Danny is ripping around. He all over the thing, looking for something idol again, ripping and running. And everybody's like, he always looking. He always looking for something. He always trying to find something. He always trying to And so they want him gone. Like I said earlier, Kane said he has woken up. The beast is up. The dragon is ready to set fire to the rest of the game. And Carolyn was like, I'm so sick of Danny. I want him gone. I hope she does it. It'll be poetic justice for the way he talked down on her, looked down on her, that little meat to go by Carolyn.
And I hope she do this on his way out.
I hope she gives us a speech. They need to return the speeches when you voted somebody out. Like, you know, when they write their name down, you tried to discount me. You tried to say I wasn't worthy. You didn't think me a factor in this game. But now look at this. You are going home, Danny. And I'm the one who did it.
I know that's right.
They need to bring that back. Bring back the petty vote offs. I want to see it.
And I know one thing after that, I wouldn't let Danny have a moment of peace by himself.
Not listen, Josh, not a minute.
I'll be like, I don't care. Y'all can cook the fire. I will be this man's shadow. Y'all can hunt it down. Look, y'all got to tell me who got it. Y'all got to tell me that y'all got it so I can stop leaving this man alone.
We can take shifts.
I will be on him like white on rice.
Listen, he gonna be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, you know, I heard some little skimpering out there. Let me make sure you all right.
Make sure it ain't no deer or something.
Yeah,
wherever you go, I go.
Let me make sure. Yeah, right.
You got to go to the what they call the well. I'm going to the well.
Thirsty too.
You going to the ocean? I'm going to. You got to go to the bathroom. Guess what?
Set up a night shift. Make sure you don't sneak off in the middle of the night.
That's what I'm saying. Round the clock. Who taking first watch?
Listen, it's cold. Let's cuddle up, Danny.
Right.
I would have had that leg over there, just like her. Oh, you want? Okay. I'm moving with you.
Right.
I'm up too. Come on, let's go hang out.
Let's go talk. Let's go sit by the fire.
And he'd be like, leave me alone. And I'd be like, no.
No. Because we getting you gone, brother.
No.
If it's the last thing we do. As long as you don't win that immunity, you are gone. You are gone.
And if it was me, I'd be sabotaging them. If it's a puzzle or something, I'd be over there like,
I don't know what
happened, but right.
Shoot. Is he lucky it wasn't this round, because low key, if I know we wanted Danny gone and I was his partner, I would have made us lose.
Would have.
That's why, like, if there's a reward challenge the next round, like, I'll make sure he don't get fed. I'll take the L on whatever ham and cheese offer.
And I let the team know I did this, y'all. I hope y'all know.
Right.
I did this so we can get him out.
But y'all got to take me on it. One of y'all got to give y'all spots on the next reward. Let me
listen.
Right.
Well, low key, it seems like eating is a curse this season because folks be getting sick.
Seems like you're right.
That's because like the food they be giving y'all ain't like, who wants, like, after not eating, like, you want to fill up on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Baby, the budget is low this season.
I was like, y'all doing?
I know they're saving their pennies and dimes.
That and this is like they be just gorging down on that food. You know, you gotta eat piece by piece. You can't just be
because you haven't been eating in a minute. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you know they
should have some chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
I'll always remember, I forget what season it was, but there was a dude that was like Final 4, Final 5. They went on a reward. He ate too much meat and he had to leave the game.
Because he was so sick.
Yeah, because he couldn't, like, he wasn't able to digest the food. Am I tripping, Josh? That's the thing, right? It's some old
that was the thing. He got so backed up he couldn't back it out.
Oh,
and so he left the game.
At Final 5?
It might have been 4. It might have been 4.
It was very late in the game. It was
that would have hurt my heart.
If he hadn't left, would he have won?
No. I don't know. I don't even remember the dude that it was.
It's going to be hard to tell because there's different variables. Like, could he have made a speech? Maybe.
Okay.
Could he pull a Gabler?
Y'all need to. I don't even want to hear that because Gabler deserves to win. I don't care what nobody say. Listen, you can hate us for all you will. I'm
now, personally, he raggedy. Let's be real. He's raggedy in real life. 100% raggedy. But in the game of Survivor, he
played the game.
Fight
what
me.
he do.
Fight me.
And we called this from what? Week 2, week 3? We said
1 or 2. Yes, seriously.
We kept saying they gonna mess around, let that man win the game.
Miss Cassidy.
Miss Cat. We missed her.
Now that's Miss Pick Me right there. Pick me. No.
I'm so sick of people thinking about she was Rob, wasn't. But anyways, we on season 44. That season has been forgotten. And I'm this season has just continuously it is given, and I'm so proud of this.
It's doing pretty good so far.
It's so good. We halfway through the season.
Yep.
And just think, we're in final 9 after all the advantages they've given out. I think the only people with advantages is Lauren with the extra vote and Carolyn with her idol.
But and nobody knows Carolyn got an idol too.
They showed out.
She kept that a secret. I'm so glad because everybody gonna be shocked when she drop it. I can't wait.
And so, well, listeners, viewers, we have nothing left for you. But we hope that you enjoyed this episode as we did covering it. As always, please remember to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles. We appreciate you. If you have comments, please leave them or shoot us a DM. We are more than happy to talk with you. And we're just excited for this ride and can't wait to see what goes down next week.
Danny going home, hopefully. Let me speak it. Danny went home.
Oh, goodness.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.